Yo, what's going on? What's going on? You know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I know it's been a while, but I'm back, of course. And before we begin, if you could hit that subscribe and that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. A couple things I wanted to discuss today that sit across my desk. One of them I just found out about today, which is really late because I think it happened yesterday or 2 days ago. And then the other thing I was supposed to do yesterday, but didn't get a chance to, so I'm here now. All right, so basically the first thing, there's a gentleman named Steve Foster who was in San Francisco, California, I believe. He was on waiting for the train or some kind of mass transportation. And the guy was eating a breakfast sandwich, getting his grub on before he went to wherever he was gonna go. I assume he was going to work. Because, you cramming food before you go to work, you trying to get all that in before you get in there so you ain't gotta be doing it at the job. You can focus on working, which is, what people do. It's an everyday occurrence. It's not something that's seen as illegal or seen as a problem. And if it is illegal, it's a victimless crime, which is fucking stupid. So if you haven't seen, he was over there eating his sandwich, and this cop basically runs up to him and was like, "Yo, you can't do that, man. I need to see your ID." He's like, "ID for what? And I can't do what? Like, you can't eat a sandwich here." Like, are you fucking serious? He's like, "You need to give me your ID." So he grabs the guy's bag. The guy's like, "I'm not giving you my fucking ID. I'm over here eating a sandwich, minding my business." And he's like, "That's illegal. You can't do that." He's like, "Bro, you're not going to send me to jail for eating a fucking sandwich. That's ridiculous." So then they go back and forth, and eventually he ends up getting handcuffed and they take him away and shit. Yo, that's crazy, man. Like, the amount of things you can't do while black is like growing every day, it seems. Like, you can't be in your house chilling because motherfuckers come in your house and shoot you if you're thinking they're in the wrong house. You can't testify about motherfuckers shooting people for being in the wrong house because then, motherfuckers create a bunch of circumstances that are very unlikely for you to get shot. You can't fucking sell cigarettes. I mean, which is, you're not supposed to sell cigarettes, but you shouldn't get fucking killed for it. You can't walk in your neighborhood. You see what happened to Trayvon Martin. You really can't do shit. I mean, it's crazy. So people saying, a lot of people in the comment section are saying, "Hey, look, man, you gotta follow the rules. You can't be eating." Oh, that's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. And the people saying this shit know it's bullshit. I mean, if they got hemmed up doing some shit like that, they would be saying the same shit he's saying. Like, "Yo, this is stupid. Y'all locking me up for eating a sandwich. Nobody's being harmed. Nobody's being bothered. It's a stupid ass law." It's probably one of them dumbass laws that, they got certain laws in certain cities or certain states where, like, it's like a really obscure law. Like, you can't spit on a curb 3 inches away from a rhinoceros on the 3rd day of July, some shit like that every other year. Like, they got laws like that if you look them up, some really fucking stupid, obscure laws. And a lot of times they don't even enforce them, but I mean, this just leaves a window for, like, if the police officer wants to be fucking racist or just be a complete dickhead, he can go over there and enforce that shit. And they talking about police reform, but police reform, I think, is deeper than that, man. Like, they would have to tear the whole fucking system down because the shit don't just stop at police. I mean, you got higher ups that are fucking dirty as hell, and they all colluding with each other. You got people who, whenever they commit a crime or they shoot, let's say they shoot an unarmed person or some shit like that, or whatever they do that's deemed unacceptable by society. A lot of times you'll actually have these people doing investigations on themselves. We investigated ourselves and cleared ourselves of any wrongdoing. Which is stupid as fuck. How the fuck? That's absurd. That is like the only faction that gets away with doing shit like that. Like, they don't ever tell, like, any other organizations to investigate themselves and clear themselves of any wrongdoing. Like, they never do that shit. They only do that shit to themselves, bro. And at the end of the day, this shit is tyrannical. It's basically tyrannical and it's gotten out of hand. So that's pretty much where that situation lies. And, that's the shit Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for, man. Shit like that, like a disproportionate enforcing of the law geared away from or geared towards black people for the negative. I mean, this is literally the shit Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for. So it is what it is on that one. Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, a lot of people may have just found out yesterday, I believe, there's a workout that was scheduled and I think sanctioned by the NFL, or if it was approved by the NFL or something of that nature. And he's supposed to be holding like a workout session where, he's throwing the ball back and forth, demonstrating the feats of skills he has in order to get back on the team and, try to basically make it back in the NFL. A lot of people are saying that it's supposed to be a bust because, you know, Saturday a lot of coaches are supposed to be going out of town to play other games, so they're not going to be able to be there for his tryout. So I mean, me personally, what do I think? I really don't have a solid opinion on it yet, man. I really don't. Because I've heard too many times Colin Kaepernick's supposed to be talking to this team, that team, this team, that team. Nothing ever materializes. I've heard the shit about Jay-Z. People are saying Jay-Z has something to do with it. That shit has not been proven. You know, I had my opinion on the Jay-Z situation. I basically gave him the benefit of the doubt at first. And then when I saw that lineup of the Super Bowl, you know, basically was just lining his fucking pockets. But I mean, a lot of people are saying he has something to do with that shit. I mean, people are counting their chickens before they hatch, if you ask me, because we really need to see what the fuck happens. Because, yo, this shit could very easily go left. Like, this could easily turn into something where, oh, he's too old now. He's 32, I think? He's 32 now. He's too old. He's out of his prime now. Like, bro, y'all motherfuckers let him out of the league and blackballed him for 2 to 3 fucking years, and now y'all expect him to still be in his prime? Get over that shit, man. The dude is good enough. Let's be real here. There's a lot of... I haven't watched NFL in a long ass time, but you know, I basically hear my timeline people talking about that shit. I hear a lot of teams that aren't doing very good. Yo, there's a lot of space for better players, we'll put it that way, in the NFL right now, from what I'm reading, from what I'm hearing about. I heard what happened with Antonio Brown. I even think there's room for his ass to get back in. You can say what you want about what the fuck happened with that situation, which I didn't look too deep into it because I really didn't care that much. But I mean, it's some bums in the league. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, some motherfuckers are willing to sacrifice character for winning. So, I still think it's a place for even the league for a guy like that. So, I mean, hey, that's my opinion on that particular scenario. But, I mean, I think we need to wait and see what happens for real, man. But, I mean, I tell you what, if the dude gets back in the league, I'll be back watching again. You know, I basically gave up the NFL for the way they did, my man. And I wasn't good with that shit. I don't shit, man. I haven't been a NFL fan since fucking, actually that same year when he got blackballed. I was like, I tell you what, I ain't watching that shit. And the moment he picks up a football and is playing on an NFL team or is at least signed to an NFL team is when I watch again. And I still buy that shit, man. So, you know, if he gets back on the team, whatever team he plays for, I definitely root for. You know, and I'll be back watching my home team, which is the Ravens. And I heard they're doing real good right now. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I think it's too early to count that shit, man. This is too early. You gotta just wait to see what happens because this shit so easily could go left. And everybody knows this shit, man. It's just the way the league operates and the way, you know, things have been happening. And then it's just, you gotta wait to see what happens. Then he won the settlement, which I believe part of the settlement was to give him a tryout or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure that was one of the things that was negotiated behind closed doors when the settlement was given out. Like, look, this is the deal. We'll give you X amount of money for real. And we'll go ahead and have you, you know, go ahead and throw a tryout, whatever. We'll have a couple teams come down and look at you. And if you meet the requirements, then we'll try to make something happen. I believe that's possible. I mean, that's how settlements work, yo. Like, if you get sued for $800 million and you want to settle for $300 million, like, look, I'm going to just give you this $300 million. And then, look, I tell you what, let me give you this $300 million. You go ahead and, you know, drop the case. And then I'll go ahead and send some guys over there to look at you. Get ready. It's probably you're going to need about 6 months to get ready because they're going to be grading you hard. I'm going to send some guys over there to look at you. And we'll be straight. That's how settlements work, man. It's a negotiation. So with negotiations, anything is possible when it comes to that. So, I mean, I think we just need to wait to see what happens because at the end of the day, man, that shit really can be one of those things that can go left. And that's pretty much my stance on that particular scenario. What do you guys think about it, man? How you think this thing's going to play out for Colin Kaepernick? And what do you think about the Steve Foster thing, the gentleman that was eating his fucking breakfast food out front of the damn train station and ended up getting locked up? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And meanwhile, I'll catch you on the next go-round. Peace out.